Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtke speaking. Good to see you back, guys, at the great Flat Earth British think tank for another mind-splatting adventure. This one will be a treat for us all. There's going to be plenty in this interactive, live history posts with Flat Earth British and Melage from Flat Earth British. Okay, we're going to be looking into, do we reanimate? What if we reanimate? Now, a big question in Flat Earth British for quite some time, and for all of humanity, is what happens to us when we die. And a question for us on Flat Earth British is, why is it the Phoenician paradigm can't wait to get us under the ground? 6 foot down under the ground, to be precise. Or in another Phoenician paradigm, burnt. Okay, why is it that they can't wait to get rid of us? Now, we've been thinking about this for some time. Now, went on a history trek this week. I've had a really busy week. If you don't follow Flat Earth British Think Tank channel on my Instagram or Facebook, you're not going to know what I'm up to, because I do give updates on them channels and go live for Flat Days, etc. So I suggest you sub to them channels as well as this, and I will leave in the descriptions box below. Anyway, so I'll be giving regular updates. So what I've been doing is super truthing. I seem to have found myself in a world of super truthing and waking up all of humanity to this incredible insanity that's going on. I know, but who's going to do it? I will elaborate further right now. So this is what I've been up to this week, guys, okay? If you have been following, and I'll give you a rundown of where we're going. Now, this vlog is going to be different. It's going to be a bit creepy, but I'll keep it fun and light, but it will be a bit creepy, okay? It'll be fun. Make sure to subscribe. So, start here. This is what I've been doing this weekage, okay? So I started, I guess, last week when I basically done a bit of activism or protesting, peaceful protesting on the microphone in Cardiff to try and get the word out about all of this insanity that's coming down on us, and about to come down on us a whole lot worse very, very soon. I mean, like this weekend, guys, this weekend, from what I'm reading and from what I'm seeing. I'll explain all along the way. I don't mean reading, I mean interpreting the demographic. So then unprecedented precedent when we talk about obscured by clouds, the information in the water, the Phoenicians in the water, the Phoenicians outside of in the snow around outside, snow being knowledge locked in water, memory being meme. The memory is in the water. And then I appeared in Truth Juice in Birmingham. We help you lot getting me there. I did a presentation on stage, but cut off because I couldn't do a presentation and do my live feed. So basically, this is supposed to be sent to me on a full recording, all polished, and I'll be able to put it up on the channel, okay? And you take a look at this presentation. You can't see any of the images I'm talking about, but it was hours long and it was really cool. So hopefully that will be soon. So this is what I've been up to, and that's where I've been, in case you've been wondering. And I went live on Flatterday night for a Flatterday night splat, Antiquidead. So this vlog is called Antiquidead, okay? And do we, or what if we reanimate? Now, I went exploring history. I went up to, after Birmingham, I went this week to Nottinghamshire in England, up north, to investigate some historical sites, such as Newstead Abbey, okay, involved in Henry VIII's disillusionment of the Abbeys, a ruin, but very beautiful, which I'll give you a share of now. We went to a very spooky old cemetery, okay, full of caves, ancient, well, as in Tartar, Victorian, and also the Battle of Bosworth Fields, which I will elaborate on a little bit further. But what we found was these. And looking into electrified bollards or hydrants on previous posts this week, these screamed Tartar technology. So you see these in what they call Victorian graveyards. So we, as a little bit of an investigation, look into the official narrative for them. The official narrative, as it goes, is highly strange and spooky in the extreme. I think it's a combination of, yes, some of what they're about, what they're telling us. I'll elaborate further now. And some sort of harnessing technology going along the lines of bone battery banks, and also us being living energy cells to feed the Phoenician circuit board city paradigm or matrix. So I'll show you some more of them a little bit later. So that's where we were going, that's where we were, what we were doing. So just check my pictures in order. So why did the Victorians put chains around their graves? Well, they put chains, or in the Victorian era, because they had fear of zombies and vampires. It was prevalent, apparently. So hang on, stop. Are you telling me only 100 years ago, okay, and a little bit past that, that the people were completely terrified of zombies and vampires, so they put like cages to trap in the undead, okay, just in case the corpse reanimated. I think the animated, considering your avatar and this being a simulation, is a big clue. If you think of this in lines of a computer game, when you die, you get reanimated or you get respawned. What if, I know it's a spooky thought, guys, but there's a lot of evidence posting towards this, suggesting this is true, and I got a feeling that we're definitely onto something here, guys. Okay, it's called death magic. Okay, in some regards, practiced by John Dee, other regards necromancy, but it would seem that us humans, okay, we can reanimate ourselves after a certain period of appearing that the battery is dead, or that we look dead. So the other narratives are, apart from people were petrified of zombies or vampires escaping, was the Mort Cage. And these are all over, I guess, cemeteries in Britain. There are loads of images of them. This is a grave from the Victorian era when fear of zombies and vampires was prevalent, and the cage was intended to trap the undead just in case of reanimation. But other ideas as well is that they were stolen for the Anatomy Act, or for British medical journals to do experiments, so body snatchers. So either they're terrified of zombies and they're terrified of vampires breaking out, or the dead underneath reanimating and believing it enough to definitely put these things over them because they're there today. I'm suggesting that they may be elements of that true, that we do reanimate. That would fit this paradigm completely, as in we respawn, or this is harnessing some sort of technology. Okay, now what I'm going to share with you now, guys, okay, is a bit of video recorded by myself and Melage, who was the Jar Soldier one, was part of Flat Earth British team. We've done like sort of history documentary. First, I'm going to show you the technology at this cemetery, this incredible cemetery. Now, just before I show you these images, okay, we happened to spend a little bit too much time photographing graves and stuff, and when we got to the gate to get out, we found there was a big chain on it, and we were locked in the cemetery. So there was a sign on the gate said, if you're stupid enough to get locked in this cemetery, phone this number. So we did, and they said they will come and let us out sometime never in the future. So myself and Mel had to climb over a very dangerous 6-foot high railing with spikes that were really, really dangerous. I know, but it was fun. Anyway, check this out, guys. Now I'm going to mute my microphone a bit, and we're going to follow this little bit of feed. Cemetery. This is Forest Road Cemetery.
Yes, Forest Road in Nottingham, centre of Nottingham on Mansfield Road.
Really old cemetery, very atmospheric, very weird features and caves all about this place. And we discovered these things, sure.
They put chains on them, so graves had chains on them, attaching these metal posts all the way around the graves. So we're wondering if the chains were actually attached to another piece of metal that went down into the grave.
It makes perfect sense, Mel. That charge.
Give them a charge.
Yeah. Phone batteries.
But yeah, the chains missing. We'll see if we can find one with chains on, but these are really old. This is an old graveyard.
Never seen that before. First time I've seen them features. What's with all this weird features in you though, Mel? With this cave things, is it?
Well, wait, yeah, I'll take you down into there and you will see lots of stuff.
Oh, that's Tartar tech, all right.
Of an amazing nature.
Check this out. That's unusual.
There's a big rock formation in the middle of this, and then there's caves and all kinds. It links right to the other side of Nottingham.
That's trippy.
Check that church in the through there, look.
Oh, look at that, guys.
That's St Andrews. That's Mansfield Road. It's a very strange, really mud-flooded church. That's just the top part.
What's with all them rooms under there then?
Yeah. Well, these are these are the caves.
Caves, guys. We got caves.
We have caves. Like I say, it links. Look at that piece of strata there. Look at that rock there.
Wow, it's like that all over Nottingham. It's just crazy.
It's built on sandstone, Nottingham, so there's lots of porous features.
Yeah.
And they say that it's water that's done it, and one thing and another.
What an unusual.
Look at that crack in that rock there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right down the middle, look.
Yeah. Oh, that one, yeah.
Yeah, and again and again.
Oh, yeah, right.
We'll get over there and we'll have a closer look at that and look at these caves, but there's some really interesting stuff down the bottom that I want to show you.
Oh, okay.
It will blow your mind, which is relevant for today. There's some more of this metal. Look at these, look.
Yeah, look at that.
So the chains linked all the way round the grave. Metal.
Yeah, I've never seen that before, ever. Wow, this is an incredible.
So this is the chain. This is, what is it?
Well, look at these, like a mace, isn't it? Unbelievable weight to these. Look at this one. So they're telling me that's just to keep you off the grave. Well, all of this, you know, it's like technology.
It is technology. We found something new.
So I think this is Antiquidead. I think this is harness charge from our bodies.
Antiquidead, there's a new one for everybody.
Antiquidead is the new catch.
Harshly let go of there.
I wonder if this could actually find its way home. No.
It would be nice.
It would be nice. Bit of Tartar tech, yeah.
Yeah, so this stuff is like some weaponage.
I wonder if there's anything in here. Why is it like a mace? You know, why would you need all of this just to keep people from walking?
Why is that like coronavirus?
Oh, it looks just like Corona. Look at that. It's like a landmine.
Yeah, a landmine. And again, only a smaller.
There's not too many of them. These are smaller and exactly the same barbing.
They've usually rotted off, and well, obviously we just dug all that other one out of the grass and found all the posts and stuff.
These barbs are significant.
Else.
I'll see. Oh.
So hit me up with the technosmia, or else. Yeah. 1898. We were getting metal all on the graves, wiring them up.
But not later. 1920s, they go rubbish and it's just chunks of marble.
And they're proper boring after that.
Yeah. You know, they got this like all in the 1800s. You get to 1900 and everything just goes slab of marble, no decoration.
That's right.
Really strange.
Yes. But, oh, there's a mason there, look.
Yeah.
So that's got something to do with masons as well.
Friedrich Mason.
Yeah.
So they get all ornate and they're really elaborate, but they look really, really ugly. And so they're not aesthetically pleasing, these chains. And these barbs that look like landmines, or sea mines, I should say. What are they? Well, another one of the narratives is that there's a relationship between iron and human spirit, or they can't pass it, a bit like John Dee's salt. Okay. Now, these chains are all over the late Victorian, mid to late Victorian era, because they're petrified of zombies or the dead reanimating. But they disappear around the 1920s, replaced by big chunks of marble, very little decoration, all classical art, and beautiful styles disappear for some reason, like all quality. So I don't think it's for grave robbers, because the elites would have something better. They wouldn't want to have their body stolen and taken to the Surgeon General. So it's not that, okay? I don't think that's a thing at all. Possibly we reanimate and they get us 6 foot down so we don't come up again when you're 6 foot down. Now, they actually put things in action, okay, so that you don't get locked in, like the bell, the Victorians. So if you wake up, okay, because, you know, they've checked your steam on a mirror, no, I think this dead, jammed a pin in your eyeball, no, he's definitely dead, bury him, okay. But just in case you had a bit of initiative because you thought you might reanimate or come back to life, you get a little bell, okay, or other variations of that I will show you now. Excuse me. You get, excuse me, I think this is just a suggestion of what I'm trying to say, that we wake up after a little 3 days or something in the biblical narrative for resurrection. You also get cast iron coffins. These look remarkably like technology, stupas, and they also look like them bollards, do they not? So I'm thinking that they look like cryostasis chambers. So is this another idea for what could be going on? That they had the initiative to make them cast iron, the chains all around them, and these things share like pine cone hand grenades, so that when the EM increases, that they would basically St. Elmo's fire or activate the charge in these things going around. So reanimating the dead, Frankenstein. Then you could pull this chain if you were down the hole, and this would let off a torpedo or a explosion that they apparently hear and say, oh shit, we left someone in the grave alive. And the Southerners in Britain, in Cornwall and Devon, they use seashell graves. I think this is also to harness some sort of thing. Also, I don't know if this would have been a mirror, but there is a relationship with mirrors and death and dreams. They cast iron coffins, which are a thing, and the Mort Cage. So they went to all that effort in this time to put them on, because they were frightened that that family or them people would escape the grave. Reanimate. Is it the thing? Well, only 150 years ago, peeps, this was certainly a thing. Now, there they are, the wrought iron or the iron cages. Some of them just look like tech, like this one here. Can you imagine St. Elmo's fire around this, activating this whole thing with an active charge, and the body that hasn't decomposed? So the ideas with John Dee is they use a thing called death magic, which is they say words, and the words into the person, and then the person will reactivate a little time later. And apparently that was a thing in the alchemical era as well, as we see. They practiced morti, of reanimating heads. Now, we talk about on Flat Earth British, we talk about heads in jazz, which I think is a thing. I think heads of state could be reanimated, and heads in jazz, as crazy as it sounds, the antiquity shows this is the case. Electricity reanimating, and I've seen this in videos of monkeys reanimating them, animalizations, quite hideous to see, but you can see these sort of cells or something, but they're reanimating the dead in the alchemical era. It's a thing. Also with animals, put an electrical charge in and get these things to go moo, or double-headed ones moo moo. So it's a thing. Also a thing, I think, is the busts, when they keep busts or these heads and shoulders of leaders and prominence. I think because it's something to do with heads in jazz and the reanimation process, what the Phoenicians hide from us. So, excuse me. Further along in this post, please share this out. We're going to look at some really incredible, mind-blowing photography dug up from Valencia of a procession And what we're going to look at is, I think we may have found giants. Let's see what we think, like real giants. So we'll have a look at them and pictures of the day and some more video to share with you of some other historical sites, which I hope you enjoy. Now, just some beautiful art to look at. Absolutely beautiful. Phoenician art and armory. Anyway, wow. Anyway, we could get back to all that later. So, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. And there's a field or a school of thought in the alchemical era called Morte, and it's the obsession with death. And I think the message is clear from what they tell us, from the depictions, is time, active charge, reset, and some sort of rebirth. Now, I think this is the case. Some people call it the rapture. We seem to have found ourselves in a new realm we weren't in before. Some sort of hideous Borg dictatorship going down, really weird and getting a lot worse. But this seems to have happened before. And it always shows you the angels in the clouds, the information in the water, in the clouds the Phoenicians hiding. But this is pretty self-explanatory. The devil, greed, and him waiting. So at this time now, this is the time. If people haven't got it yet, they're going to need to. So in this little graveyard, you see graves, and you see all people around them, the graves, and you see this a lot in the alchemical era, almost as if they're coming up from the graves, almost as if they're coming up. Nostradamus, in Nostradamus's prophecies, we'll look into prophecy a little bit in this post as well. Creepy prophecy. Nostradamus said that during the Great Games of London, there would be, following the Great Games in London, so that was the 2012 Olympics, when they predictively programmed this fucking bullshit virus and all of the stealing of the children and all of the call of humanity that we're going through now, a reset. And then he said that there would be a zombie rising, or a zombie apocalypse. But like, in what regard? Apocalypsis. Talk of the devil, sure to appear. I think the message is clear and getting clearer by the day. They've been hiding so much from us, and concerning death or the rebirth, reincarnation, I think it's a lot simpler, and I think they've messed with it to a actual terrifying level. If you think that they're readying people when they reanimate, guys, and these people knew all about it, so trapping you, covering in mud, horrible thought. But what's this say? It is appointed for all men once to die, therefore think upon eternity. Remember to die. Holy shit. Getting clearer too. Once you go down this field and you sort of let go of all things you thought before and just realise that all we were taught, all we ever knew was just absolute bullshit, guys. All of it, just a control mechanism. And you see through the little snippets that they did show us with truth, put them all together, and the message comes clear. So yeah, I've been also here, which was highly interesting for moving further along. The Battle of Bosworth Field, one of the most famous medieval battles in history, was fought on the Battle of Bosworth, and a significant last significant battle of the War of the Roses, excuse me. The civil war between the House of Lancaster and York, the real Game of Thrones. Okay. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill. He marched them down again. When they were up, they were up. When they were down, they were down. When they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Now, we climbed that said hill, and what we found is the battle was missing. As in, well, we don't really know where it was. sort of thing going down. But anyway, give birth to Henry Tudor, who was Earl of Richmond at the time, became the first English monarch in the Tudor dynasty. So basically, guys, what happened here is a gang of Welshmen went up north, had a bit of a ruck with another gang, okay, is basically what went on, and Richard III, who was in charge of the one house, got his ass kicked, right, and he got stuck in a hole, if it's true, okay. And we even seen a coffin that they said he may have been buried in, probably not anyway. But pictures, I've got very good pictures, want to see some colour pictures. Anyway, so we went to visit that, and concerning Richard III, okay, there he is there. Now, we went into a little museum, which you were supposed to wear a mask and pay. We did neither. In fact, I will tell you now, guys, I've been darting around here, there and everywhere, and I'm still yet to pick up a mask because I'm true to my convictions, and I got like a condition where I can't have anything covering my face because it makes me feel ill, so I can't do it. So I'm exempt, by the way. Anyway, so there he is, Richard III, and what they did after this battle, apparently, is they went and dumped him in a place in Leicester, in the city of Leicester. May have used the narrative, they found him a year or two ago, but anyway, so highly interesting that they basically stuck him in this tiny little hole that's too small. They crunched him up, and his backbone was in the shape of an S, like that there, and they cut his feet off because Richard III got defeated. There's something in that. I think they chopped their feet off, and he had a crack in his skull where they had him on a pike for everyone to see, because they never had the newspapers or the internet apparently, so everyone could see and report back, oh yeah, Richard III is truly deadeth, or so they say. So they say they dug him up. It was a bit of a random dig in a pub car park. Ka-ching, there he is, Richard III. He's an hunchback. He got an S shape because he crunched him in a hole. What a pitiful way to treat a king. But that is the way it goes. So they gave him a state burial, etc., etc. That's where they had him on a pike, and they chucked him in a hole, and they defeated him. Look at that. They said they cut like a foundation for a building, and they were 2 foot away. 2 foot away. That's not my joke. I nicked that off Mel. But anyway, so let's just check. Anyway, so that's what we've been doing. So if I just show you a little bit of footage of said Battle of Bosworth, that would be mighty fine. So I think it's that one. There. Oops. And I just need to mute my microphone a second. Thank you.
Flight of British, Martin speaking, with Melage at the Battle of Bosworth site, which is really interesting. We've learnt a lot. So 1485 battle between the Lancasters and the, well, it's basically the War of the Roses. The Lancasters and the
Henry VIII and Richard III.
Yeah, the Tudors. Okay, so Henry sat up here with a large chicken leg, eating it, and the battle's down there somewhere. We're going to have a look now.
We're going to have a look.
So, Battle of Bosworth, it really happened, and we just see
There's a sundial there, by the way.
Oh yeah, sundial, proves the earth flat, with a crown on top.
Another crown?
They keep putting crowns, and we noticed they've done chandeliers in the cafe there with
massive
giant crowns.
With a little crown on the top.
So here we are, take a look.
Big fairy dog.
Big heraldry, they got whales up there, look. Oh, hello. Oh.
Hello.
Oh, fluffy dog.
How are you? I bet he gets all the attention because he's all furry.
Oh, can you come and say hi to me? I actually love you.
17 weeks old, isn't it?
I actually really
It's going
do.
to be massive.
Yeah.
What
It's
is he?
a dog, it's a dog.
A Newfoundland, they're huge, aren't they?
He's only 17.
Oh, really?
So, the Battle of Bosworth Hill was not a thing. As I have found with most battles that I have travelled to, guys, they're just not there. I had the same thing with the Battle of Hastings, Same thing with the Battle of the Boyne in Ireland. I just can't seem to find any of these battles because they are all official stories and bullshit. Now, I got one film you heard that I just forgot to tell you. Just going back to the cemetery stuff, is they had a plague pit here, but it was basically locked. Amazing feat of engineering, but not only that, each stone had like dozens of names of children on there, and it's supposed to be from the typhus epidemic in the 1800s.
Q.
But a British man speaking in a really exciting place. This cemetery is just crazy, crazy old, and this is an actual, supposed to be a plague pit. The architecture we're standing on is just fantastic. It's all vaulted, massive engineering project, and really old, to a plague pit, which are all of these endless stones that are laying down. But we can't get down there. Unfortunately, they have locked the gate, otherwise we'd go and investigate it. But Mel's seen them before, and they're really old. Some of them are 1600, you say?
I have no idea. I can't remember how old they exactly are, but all I remember is I was horrified. I wandered down here one day when I was a kid, about 40 years ago. And these have got lists and lists of names of children that died.
They're mass pits, really, aren't they?
Yeah, they're just basically mass pits, but you could get down here, but not anymore.
Yeah. Oh, it's a massive effort for a plague pit, isn't it?
Yeah, but look, these have got, 10, 15 names of children on each one.
Almost there, 100 at least.
No, there's a few, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, that's all we can see.
And these other anomalies in the grass, you don't know that circle, they could be everywhere in here.
Yeah.
There's like a little stone circle over there or something.
Yeah. We don't know what's going on here, really. But yeah, all this stuff is going on. Archways and stuff underneath. If we walk a bit further up, we can get a better view of this. This graveyard's massive if anybody wants to come to Nottingham. It's on the main Mansfield Road, as I've said before. And look at this.
Just for that down there.
So we've come down about, this is 3 layers already, haven't we?
Yeah. 3 layers.
We're on the top of it up here, but it spreads off into different ways, and you can end up with this kind of thing. So yeah, there's all your little,
effort just for that.
all your dead kids from way back when. Yeah, sad, eh? But there you go. Cool. The battery's running out.
Amazing place, man.
Yeah.
Best graveyard I've ever been in. Clues galore in here.
Yeah. And we've took loads of pictures, so you'll see them.
Antiquidead.
Antiquidead. Until we're dead. Alright, see you in a bit.
Okay, now we got a few more of them I want to show you a bit later on, but it's concerning Newstead Abbey in a little while. A visit we went to a place that got apparently disillusioned by Henry VIII in the Protestant Reformation, and apparently a lot of other bullshit. It's supposed to be the home of Lord Byron, a famous, basically, supposed to be a truther in one narrative, but in another he's a full-on Phoenician. But Lord Byron and his naughty ways in this abbey we'll show you a little bit later on. Please stick around. Now, just going to show you some more stuff. Let me just check my microphone's in order. Fine, fantastic. Now, I'm going to give you some documents, and we're going to go through some flat earth British think tank juice. This is an old document here, early alchemical of the temple, and it's the Phoenicians again coming out of the water, which is the information after a reset. I've also found some evidence in an old document saying that basically what we suggested this week on Flat Earth British in one of these vlogs is that the seeds and the revegetation were locked in the mud after a reset. Also the people's effluence, because the information's water is also in them, and then so reborn a new people out of the mudmen, basically, guys, mudmen. So yeah, this a little book I can share with you. There's stacks of really cool depictions in it. But it's all in what looks like Latin, dead language, because they're all dead. but you can pick a lot of it apart because a lot of it is English, French, German. Let's just find you these depictions. Excuse me. Well, there's a hell of a lot of pages from this. It's from 1732 and it's Greek antiquities, classical Greek. And if you go into it, gives you a lot of statues and stuff. But 740 pages. So I'll just link that to you because I want to move on. Anyway, don't waste your time. So, this is a super fantastic photographic journal on Flickr that I've been going through. It's just everywhere leads you to somewhere incredible on it. You know, mud-flooded reality, good if you're into human interest and peoples and where they are and, you know, what they're saying. It's absolutely fascinating. No matter which picture gives you a thread through to images like this. And you can mag right up on them. So that looks like something really bad has hit that. Looks like a bit of metal in there. Some men up on there. And it looks like they, you know, it's happened recently. Got normal roofs in the background. What look like modern ones, but wow. Stones off, everything. What's all of the little knobbly bits on it? I wonder what this thing was. Seems to be full in the middle, or just a really thick wall. Right, let's have a look at some more. Oh, I've seen this one before when a train overrun it in France. Came through the window, wadam, and just missed the Antiquidead box, the bunko booth. Oh. Well, I bet that was a noisy morning. And Temple of Apollo. Now it's the people who sort of, or Jupiter could be, I think it's Apollo. The people who rule us now, we can call them that, we don't call them that. Temple of Jupiter, excuse me. They're all about sacrifice. Sacrifice is part of their thing, you know, to mess with this place between life and death, eternity and now, these different levels of this realm, and they play with it by killing the innocent in these temples in the past. And this is a technology as well for harnessing what you might call bad magic or bad energies. They use sigils. A lot of these Corinthian bits, these Phoenician adaptations, I just feel that it's wrong vegetation, something about it, I don't even know. And this looks like the Acropolis in Athens, massive wall on a hill. Home of the Olympians. But an architecture replicated through all of the classical worlds, no matter where you are. And here we go again. Another temple. Huge stones. Huge stones. How do you think they got them up there? And something like the Elgin marbles, some bas reliefs, and two toroidal tops, and something underneath. You don't want you going in there. Railings. And everything wrecked around it. So the temple of Kukud, Yokohama, Nippon, Japan. Not too much to see there, but interesting nevertheless. And nice horse. Oh, let's have a little magging on the old beautiful stuff, shall we? So basically, the videos you just watched, we go to a place that looks very much like this, and I'll be able to show you in a minute. And there's about an hour's worth of film and a couple of hundred photographs, which I've made into a video with some Mozart, which is very, very, very classy, which I will put up on Flat Earth British Think Tank, the full version, in the week, or in a day or so after this post. So that is unbelievable. But missing head on the statue there. The classical world. Wow, beautiful vegetation. Wobbly columns. Technology. It's all red brick under the trumping or the fluting, I mean, excuse me. Red brick. Phoenicians, adaptations, what we call Phoenicified. Red brick, that what cloister was. We on our travels we realised, or had a, you know, epiphany if you like, that the fluting or the barrelling that is exhibited on some of these roofs, juggage, swahit, basically looks like the hull of a ship. I'll show you an example in a minute. So jugs out, ka-ching. So there's something for everybody in this post. Get a load of that. So yeah, I told you a funny story in my last post, if you haven't seen on Flat Earth British, about some woman basically randomly flashing her titties at me and Mel. It's a really strange thing, but you know. Wow, vandalism. Imagine people vandalising antiquity, how wrong that is. Why am I laughing? I don't know. I don't do that. Well, what's that there, guys? What's this, das? Me look like that technology. So yeah, that's taking a belt in. I don't know what context, but Splatoid, another cloisters, Moorish cloister. So what are you all doing? Oh, you're having a crash out in a cloister. That's the thing, see? Just pick yourself a spot. Snorri, away you go. So yeah, so there's plenty of these collections. Some minor 49er. So they had look like they had a pretty shit existence, don't they? Maybe not though. Maybe 20 hours a day dump pit is not all that bad. Okay. So you can go through many. Excuse me. My volume, yes, okay. Let's have a stop on something else. Oh, there you are. That looks good. What do you think of that, fellas? And ladies, or anyone. It's in a best possible taste. Okay? This is a very classy channel, don't you know? Oh, she's fanning herself. Oh, that's good, isn't it? So what else have we got? Cranium clamps. Don't explode, love. I tell you what, that tech you got under there, you go up in a load of flames. No, I won't. Yes, you will. Yeah, they're good shit, didn't they? Excuse the French. Shit there. They had good shit there. So check this out. Great Expositions Plantage section. Got that water fountain going on. Get that invigorating juicage. Bit of pervy classical art, because that's what the Phoenicians are all about. Corruptione. Get in your mind. They in your mind? No, they never got to me. No, I would see that. You're pretty wise. Tell you what, you're not a dapper Dan, man. Look at your hair. It's the electric, you know. It makes me static out. So, yeah, these are good. Just a little look. Ooh. Can we have a look at this a sec? What am I asking? So the bollards, what's that for? Ram raiders, yeah. So they don't hit the Phoenician fountain covered in serpents and the anomalous templage. So that's pretty good. Let's investigate this fontage, because this is to do with water. They bless the water, it changes the structure. I've been baptised as well at some stage in the past. I'm not baptised. No. I was christened at 8, because my mother thought that I was a little bit too reckless, and I didn't want to be in purgatory or anything. So she had me christened. Really weird. Anyway, so they change your stomach structure and they put it on your head. So that's like, what they call blessed water, and it's a sort of magic. All of it is ritualistic magic. There's a Phoenician on the pot there, and a nice little table cannon. I love that. Interesting choice of photography in an 1890s photograph. Isn't that very, very interesting? Wonder what's in them pots then. Ooh, let's have a look at this tongue. Looks a bit Star 40 going on. That's interesting. And a bit of smashed antiquity, resetted. I wonder what the hole in the floor's for. water. Because the Phoenicians, or they say the Romans, they had a big thing for baths, and bathhouses and sparage. They're lighting up. He's holding Antiquidead. Is he really big and that's full size? Monk cage.
Squirt, squirt. Christ's holy juice, collect that.
So that's a bit of Jesus squirteth into cuppeth. Ha ha ha. Ooh, that's a bit cheeky. Just peeking out there. So why has he got that big club anyway? Imagine getting hit by that. He's a bit chubby for a Phoenician. They're not usually that big, are they? Maybe Hercules. It's Hercules, of course it is. Oh, it's the Joker. Bacchus. He looks a bit of a cheeky shit, doesn't he? Would you trust that face? Yeah, maybe he's a politician now. And he's like, oh, look at me. I'm a little teapot. No, he's doing, you should be dancing, yeah. What you doing with your life? Ah. Oh, anyway. Fucking out of this book weighs a ton, it's metal, sir. Or whatever he calls him. God, dude, with a fish head. How long have I got all this fucking book? Oh, did you bastard? I'm not through it, yeah? Let's see some more stuff. Ooh. Oh my god. She's putting on robot feet. She's a fembot. Look. She's screwing her feet on. They got them good in the Victorian era. She got your pierced. That's very modern, isn't it? So yeah, demographs, yeah, they're fake, as you can see. Lithographs, of the Crimean War in pencil. The technology of lithographs, oil, water, scrapey, very good artists, but unfortunately they're not. They're photographs. They're photographs, and we have many of them we've been collecting. Lithographs are a lie. Photographs go back a lot longer, a lot bit further back. Nothing new is under the sun. So the battery is Sebastopol in the Crimean War. Nice little lithograph, but it's not, because there isn't a photograph. So, my mind. What a mess. Any dead bodies? It's always after the event, isn't it? It's a bit like a pandemic, isn't it? You don't have to wear masks when there's supposed to be 50,000 fucking dying in this little island. But after it's all over with, then you've got to start wearing a freaking mask. That's Philadelphia's exposition. Very swanky. Yeah, so it's gone batshit crazy and gone a lot worse. I witnessed something last night on a live feed on Facebook. The demonstrations, which I've been, sort of associated with. I've done one or two. I've done one in Cardiff anyway, and been up to London anyway to check it out. But these demonstrations, the army of police turned up, and then an army of mounted police when there's all children and there's all mothers and kids. It's just the worst thing. Anyway, so I'm not sure if it's a psyop, but it does stink of a drill because the coppers' lack of empathy or giving a shit. But 6 people jumped on a guy who's screaming for help, and apparently, you look like they killed him. So if that goes viral and everything now, I think it's either them doing a psychological operation to put you off going to London next Saturday, and millions basically rising up against this terrible dictatorship that's fallen upon us all. And this is what is supposed to, this is what's going to be happening. But they brought in an army of, they seemingly got endless amounts of bullies and thugs. Oh look, John Levy. Hi John. Did you know we just caught one of your previous lives? Well, that's really weird. John Levy. Got similar, isn't he? Anyway, so this guy, he was unconscious. They brought in the paramedics. Paramedics sort of, I think they looked like they said he was dead. And they took him away. The coppers carried him like a piece of meat. He needs to give up the drugs, this dude. they passed the ambulance and dumped him in the back of the van somewhere and took him away, so I doubt he'd be seen again, unless he's one of their actors, because the next guy they arrested who went past was a black guy with orange hair. And then when he was asked, what did you get arrested for, he said, oh, blowing bubbles. It's like, oh, you fucking what? You know, orange hair, blowing bubbles. I thought you were taking a piss. So I thought, you know, it did. You know, they have people thinking this shit out. It's a pandemic, guys. They've had a lot of time to plan this out. You know, decades, 100 years even. Who even knows, you know? So, yeah, that's what's been going on. It's been a really, really weird time, guys. Really, really weird time. So, yeah. Hopefully the guy wasn't an innocent, has just been murdered. But either way, I feel that it could be big trouble. Okay? You know what happened with Floyd? And that was a definite psyop. Now this, you know, it was... The coppers set up this like sort of little wall around him like it'd been rehearsed. It was a drill. They were without feeling, and they kept looking around in the crowd, and it seemed like they were not watching the crowd because they were all peaceful protesters, but it seemed like they were watching off for something or somebody else. Is the feeling I got watching it. Something else is going on. Anyway, this is a bit of footage of a Antiquidead building from the Tartar era, being taken down in time-lapse photography. I'll give you the link. It's cool to watch. Star Theatre, 1902. All taken away by horses. Trams. They had trams, but no cars. Gone. And there it was, gone. Deep in all cellars. Really deep. That's street level. Bedford. So yeah, that's a cool little bit of film, and it's from 1901, Star Theatre in New York City, and it'll give you links to other ones very similar down below here. Okay. New York Ghetto Fish Market. I bet that's good. Cool. So yeah, I'll talk about these books. I found this one the other night, and I thought, whoa, this is creepy. It talks about the destruction of London, and you know, after 1066, like nowadays, it's really, really spooky prophecies. And we're looking into Mother Shipman. She talked about all this going down as well. So I'll get back to that in a minute. No, I'm coming back. A second. Did you share this out? Would you please? So yeah, it's been a really busy, fantastic time just lately, making, you know, trying to make better productions, getting out there, sharing with you all, and showing you that the world is still carrying on without the insanity. It's best you just don't take no notice, is my advice. Get out and live your life. You know, there's plenty of stuff out there. It's a beautiful day most of the time. Anyway, it's nice even in winter in the woods, isn't it? So I want to talk a little bit about Bavaria as well, okay, because that is like literally getting really big. Okay, don't know about Bavaria. It's Flat Earth Britishes and associated channels inception for a breakaway civilization, in case anybody feels the need to get out of Dodge while they can, okay, before the shit hits the fan, which will be very, very soon. Now, you heard what I said about that guy, didn't you? I watched that real time, and there was a lot of protagonism going on, guys. I didn't trust the whole feed. What was being said, promoted about, you know, they're calling a lot of foods off the shelves in Britain. Food shortages, okay, seem to be a definite thing. But this guy, people were filming and just shouting that, and just a lot of fear, you know, trying to push fear into the crowd to push their wrong buttons and get them to respond. When that happens, they will come down with an iron fist, martial law, and then we're going to be in a lot more fucking trouble than we are now. So is there a way through? Millions, everybody, every city, everywhere in the world, at the same time, rise up together. Fucking no more. They gotta go. All of them, okay? We do not consent to any of this. This is what needs to happen. It's the only thing. Peacefully. Just an exchange, if you like, a change. Because what they got in mind, none of us are going to want. Right. Went on a trip to Newstead Abbey in Nottinghamshire with marriage. This place is fantastic. I'm going to show you some film of this place now because it's absolutely beautiful and share it with you. Make sure to share this video out. share maybe 10 minutes or so, but there is quite a bit of footage that I will share later on along this ride. Okay, this week, in a day or so. So you can see the whole thing. So I got pics of the day, and I'm going to show you, I think we found some giants. So be excited, be very, very excited, because this is, whoa, okay? Cool. So are you keeping your vibration up? Okay? Are you doing your epic not give a fuckness? I'm so pleased. Anyway, back to the show. So, let me show you this amazing place called Newstead Abbey. So we do arrive here. Let me just mute my microphone and I'll show you some videos. Okay.
Here we are, back at Newstead Abbey in Nottinghamshire. So this is the facade of the old abbey. Apparently disillusionment of the abbeys is responsible, but they have literally a giant Greco-Romano column right in front of me. This place must have been absolutely massive. So apparently Henry VIII, really an event.
Them columns all snapped off in the middle.
It's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, got that. So, it must have been absolutely massive, all the way into here. So the gardens are really beautiful too. And we've been talking to the gardener, who's been telling us this hasn't changed in hundreds of years.
That's the original wall. Look how thick the original wall was. Going
Yeah,
back.
yeah. Wow,
That's amazing.
check that out.
They haven't touched this bit.
No, look at that. Woohoo! And of course, all of the windows have been blocked up. Oh, there's a piece of it. There's a piece of it fallen off. Piece of Newstead Abbey. Well, looks like it's been zapped a bit. There's some of that porous thing going on. Windows blocked up. They must have been massive. You know, the old world builds of things this big, and you imagine the windows were in there, and that one window here, the main one, and the huge doors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, indeed, 7 domes. Heraldry.
We're on the top of a wall, a castellated wall.
Oh yeah, yes I am. We're on a castle. I'm the king of the castle. Cool. How beautiful is it here though?
It's rather nice.
Yeah, we've seen loads of cool animals as well. I'll show you the photos with these 3 big fluffy dog things. What were
they? They were like Newfoundlands, but they were
Yeah,
something else.
like Newfoundlands.
Some kind of mastiff.
absolutely massive. I got photographs. They were the gorgeousest dogs ever. They were really, really tame. So
They're beautiful.
an English country garden. Oh, let's get that with the sun coming through. Absolutely beautiful. Real atmosphere to that. The sun ray. Imagine what it was like when the window was in there and this ray's coming through there, Mel. Colours.
Blocks underneath these 2 set of windows over on the bottom 2 layers.
Oh yeah, got that.
They're kind of big, aren't they?
Well, they are buttressed, but there's no need for them on that elevation. It's only 3-storey. Part of the original structure. They don't want you near it though, because bits are falling off. Look at that column there. Wow, that's something else. The old world. Destroyed. Doing a theme tune thing. our history post. I'm doing a theme tune for our history post and doing the musical background. Holy music.
What kind of music?
Oh, 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 oh.
Monkey music.
Monkey music. Mort Cages. That cross looks sinister. Look at it, it's all spiky and weird.
Like a devil cross.
It does look like a devilly thing going on. That's why
Look at the glint of the waterfall over there.
Oh yes.
Let's go under the waterfall.
Indeed. So, walk through the woods. Be back very soon.
Imagine living in here. It's not the best, is it? This is not zooming in very well. That's better. Washing in the sun.
Okay, right, of British here at Newstead Abbey with Melage, and we've just, this is basically the back end of the place. Check out the folly there, or the rotunda.
Look at the little peacock over there, look.
Oh, there's a peacock. Oh, Max would love that.
Around here.
Carol! Funny how they go Carol in there. And check out the Phoenicians up on there. Looking down on our asses. Oh, there's the mowers.
There's a lot of mowing going on in Newstead. There's
What a crack.
300 acres of historical park and the monastery, which is what it was meant to be, but different families have lived here since the dissolution of Henry VIII's monastery. And this is what we have today. And it's very beautiful. I've been coming here all my life with my kids, grandkids, dogs, other people's kids. But it's beautiful. There's water all the way through it. There's a little river, a little waterfall.
Maze garden, like, you know, stately home garden. That looks really nice.
Yeah, and plenty of decoration to feast the eye upon.
See, they say Henry VIII's disillusionment of the abbeys, but I think that's just a psyop for an excuse for explaining what happened to the devastation of all of the...
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Because this thing looks like it's been zapped bad. I'll show you the facade shortly. I'm going to switch this off because the mowers are really, really fucking annoying, okay? Hi-ho, back again. Ooh, look at them. Oh, Masonic signs, Mel. Check it out.
Yeah.
Wow, that is so...
Look, that's not on all of them, is it?
No, it's not on all of them. Dirty fucking rotters.
Yeah.
And fingerprinting anyway. So we've got proper mazage here. We're going through it. Circuit board maze. Well, they got one of those balls down there, anomalous. Let's have a look at it. Whoa, is that a satanic star?
Yeah, there seems to be.
Oh, and they got a flower of life, pentangle flower of life. And it sort of...
Geometric.
The Star of David up on the top one. So that's the place where we live.
And it's 7 Star of David. This is.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 6.
1, 2, 3, oh, 6.
That's a double pyramid.
Yeah, double. And we got a flower of life on that one, which is stunning. And that one there. Well, that's a decent bit of guttering. Can't argue with that. They never scraped on the guttering. And a ball, which I don't know what it's for. Probably a stopcock of some sort when this was more of a mechanism, I suggest. 24 hours a day, surveillance TV. Let's have a nose. We like to see all. Right, let's have a little walk into the maze itself. Around here, around to the middle. I've already done a wish in the wishing well. I wasn't selfish. I'm not a Phoenician, shellfish. Whoa, there's a load of cash in there in the wishing well. Wish me love, a wishing well, like a Santa. And there's a camera up by there. Your brother watching ya. The GoPro. The GoPro. Oh, we can't get back out. Huh?
Spotted my camera.
Yeah, man. Is that GoPro?
Cheap version.
Is it? Takes nice pictures, oh yeah?
I need to take it down anyway.
Oh.
No, don't take a picture if you can.
I know.
Cool.
It's,
You can't get up.
nowhere to nick it then, won't we?
Oh, that's a good point.
Go on, darling.
Expensive, won't it?
Yeah. It's not like anyone will see anyway. That was a little white lie actually. Forgive me now. Lavender's my very favourite. Oh, always reminds me of my grandmother's front garden, lavender. It's the strangest thing.
What's going on up there? What is it? Is it a griffin? And a bear?
Fucking hell, it's a griffin. And is that an anteater? No, it is a bear. It's a bear because they got loads of bears in Britain. Like none. Except in them cruel ass zoos that they have, the Phoenicians. Not big on zoos. Cruel, nasty places, cruel. Them poor animals in zoos are so unhappy. They don't want to be in there. Fucking imprisoned. They feel like people in a COVID pandemic. Bumblebee. Oh, bumblebees. So yes, I wildlife I'm winning, you know. Oh, the ball's off one of them, it came off.
Yeah, it's come off the fence.
On the balustrade there. Which has if you look at the balustrade there, highly unusual, but it has them but the British, still at Newstead Abbey, and now there's watery bits. Tranquil. And you do feel invigorated by being near running water. Fucking yeah, definitely. Water, water. Woohoo! Wow. Ooh. Oh wow! How fucking fantastic is that now? Look at the sun. Woohoo! Wow, no. I've never been in a waterfall before. Never. Not behind one like this. flying through. Beautiful.
And you're going up here. And this.
Pipes. Yeah, Newstead Abbey. Fantastic, is that? Yeah. No, we're just hanging around. Hi, Fight of British. I found a penguin, or whatever they are. One of those Phoenician critters that Max Egan has. I'm going to make him jealous. Now, maybe we found something for Billy. Hello. What's your name? You're beautiful. Come and say hi. Oh, look at you. You be my friend. Come here. Say hi. Will you do a display? My name is Martin. Come here. Oh, you're so beautiful. Look at the blues on this, guys. And look at the greens. Breathtaking. You're so beautiful. I'm like literally a foot away, guys. I could touch you. I won't go in. I'm scared.
Oh, it's very friendly.
So beautiful, Mel. Look at the blues on that.
Look at the top feathers.
I know. So iridescent. Fella, can I come with you?
What shall we call her? Elizabeth Taylor.
I don't know, I thought Polly. Because that thing on her head. Polly Perfect. Polly Perfect. Polly the penguin. Yes, I know you think that it's a peacock made by homunculus in a jar by the Phoenicians, but it's actually, today, it's going to be a pingu. Just because. Look at that on the head, guys. Oh, what was that? Yeah, you're on YouTube, kid. But you are really beautiful, so it's a treat. It's a treat for us all.
You and your fluffy hairs.
Oh, it's nice round by here. Anyway, where are you going? Come by here. Come by. Oi! Pingo!
I'm not having it.
Penguin! Where you going?
It's not a penguin.
I know!
Fucking penguin.
I know, but I just so want to see a penguin today. So I'm turning it into one. You don't mind? I'm coming with you, guy, alright? We'll hang out together today, alright? You're part flat of British team today. You're showing us around. Where are we going? I left my coffee and all that shit up by there, though.
Yeah, I left mine just
Oh, alright then.
Look at this bay window.
Which one, Mel?
There.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Look at that bay there. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's fantastic.
You say there is only one bay on the whole thing on the front.
Yeah, that's
Look
fantastic.
at those stained glass. Look at that, they're jewels, look.
Holy
Oh
smoke.
my word. Oh, I want windows like this.
Yeah, it's a nice little gaff, isn't it? No Byron hat. For his fucking ins. You are, look at him. Don't go in there. You're not allowed. You grown up? Are you allowed in there? Is he allowed in there then? You ain't got a mask on. Come here, birdie.
You haven't sanitised your claws.
Come and sanitise your claws.
What are they called claws?
Talons. Oh, they can turn their head all the way around. That's really funky. Are you going in or not?
It's an owl.
Well, what do you say?
Right, the
you're a
Christy
miserable get, aren't
they're
you?
always good, aren't they?
Well, that Phoenician's got a crown on.
Oh, she's nice.
Oh, she's nice. Looks like Concordia. Go on in, go on in. Don't forget to sterilise. Don't touch your face. See you later. Yeah. So, let's have a little pick. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, it's nice detail. Right, I gotta go and get my coffee because that bloke's gonna back into it now.
So what would you do if you did live here?
I would move everyone, yeah. Barrier. Make loads of food. Keep it
Think
nice.
there'd be enough room?
Yeah, there'd be plenty of room. Plenty of room for everyone, yeah.
Oh yes.
With houses of truth. First TP village over there by the water. Still keep its aesthetic feeling. Still keep it like mint and light and tidy. You know, we're not a scruffy lot hippies after all. And yeah, this would be fantastic for us actually. Yeah, fantastic.
No, just write a letter to Nottingham City Council and
Yeah.
say,
Can we have it?
seeing as though you've spunked it up for years, we could put it to better use.
Who owns it? The shitty Nottingham Council?
Yeah. Nottingham City Council. And that's what it's known as around here according to the locals.
So we
No, we
do.
didn't make that up.
No, so we did that.
Look, our little friend, the peacock, is waiting to go in there again. Has he got a friend in there, do you think?
Oi, peacock, penguin.
He's like always waiting at that door. What's the matter?
Food.
Yeah, he must get some kind of treat.
Penguin.
Come over here.
Creepy comes out. You want something in there? She kicked him off, hasn't she? Not the mask on.
Come on.
Come here, mate. Yeah, me. Over here. Hang on.
Oh,
Looking.
I know.
Come on, you know you're thinking about it. He wants to go in there. Something in there he wants.
Yeah, I think so.
Food. They like, you know, breadcrumbs and stuff, don't they?
Anything, I suppose. Anyway, nice day in Newstead Abbey. Come and see Newstead Abbey when you're in Nottingham next. North Nottingham.
Use a muffler,
Newstead, A60. Look at that bird up there and he's got a big piece of something in his mouth.
Haven't he?
Yeah, he's got a big piece of something.
Wow.
Cool. Q. Synopsis.
Synopsis. Well, we're here at Newstead Abbey, beautiful building. Apparently, the disillusionment of the abbeys by Henry VIII resulted in this place being carnaged. It's an absolute ruin. But the stately homes are. We got a car behind us. Sorry. The stately homes behind us is just second to none. They're absolutely fantastic. The gardens and everything. The attention to detail. The water. There's very Phoenician and Masonic. We found that. We found some, you know, evidence that this is the case. Obviously.
We know that's going to be that.
Well, we knew that, but wow. So yeah, fantastic building, fantastic British history. But
Fantastic weather.
Fantastic weather. Second week in September, and it's like feels like Greece or something. Absolutely beautiful.
Feels greasy.
Feels greasy. Wet and greasy.
A great place to come and bring the family for the day.
Yeah.
£6 for a car, £2 if you're coming in on foot.
Yeah.
And basically it's for car parking, so you don't, you know, you can do tours of the house. They have Easter egg hunts and Christmas festivals and
This is like a little cafe thing in there.
writers stuff, because obviously they've got the literary connection with Byron having.
Okay, you can watch the full version of all of that. Newstead Abbey and all the rest. Bosworth battlefield that's not there. And much more on the Great Flat Earth British Think Tank channel very, very soon. So, hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit refreshing, isn't it? What do you think of my new friend the Penguin? Do you like him or her? Yeah, I know. Didn't wear a mask and didn't wash his hands, claws, things. Also, did you like the waterfall? Did you like watching that water? Very refreshing and colourful and pretty. All of that was, you have to admit. Yes? Okay. Hope you enjoyed. Anyway, that was fantastic. Totally cool. So I'm going to come back now. Oh, but I'm going to come back with some more information. I'm going to flow through some images of the day. Going to see some giants. Now, let me know what you think about all of this. Okay, guys? And back with the information. Ping. Ping. Okay, now I'm not going to read into this because I really need to get on. Time's getting ahead of me. But this is basically prophecies and times. Okay, wrote under the direction of the Lord God, and published by His sacred command. The first signs or warning for the benefit of all nations, containing here other great and remarkable things, not revealed to any person on earth. Restoration of the Hebrews to Jerusalem by the year 1798 under the revealing of Prince and Prophet Richard Brothers. The title of the book is Prophecies of the Times, and it is fantastic. It gives you, after the post-flood, after Noah's flood, the true age of the world. So Adam was at 130 when Seth was born, lived till he was 930. Notice how these giants are living a long time. Enos 90, Canaan, cannibal. He died at 910. He gave birth at 70, apparently. And he goes through all of the biblical characters. Noah, wow. Well, he lived to almost 1,000. So yeah, some of the prophecies are a bit chilling. They tell one of London, saying it's going to have some sort of nasty demise, and it talks about the empire that's in now as well, in a creepy sense, because it's very, close to it, to what we are experiencing. Let me just find one of these passages. It'd be great. I should have timestamped them. It took some more time. I was quite excited when I found it. I thought I'd just share it out. But it's creepy prophecies of these brothers. London and its inhabitants from quoted destruction. God, who is more generous to give mercy than man is grateful to believe and accept it, is by all revealed knowledge of his prophecies my witness now, and will in due time, in short time, be additionally for by terrible signs and mighty wonders in London, guys, in London. What's happening with Trafalgar Square? What's coming? This book is prolific, and take a look, guys. Just some of the stuff I was brushing through last night was giving me shivers. I was thinking, how do I find these things? 1796 deals with prophecies in Deuteronomy. So I'm sure a lot of you will really enjoy that. Okay, let's move on. Another book I'm going to share with you is Architectural Mysticism and Myth. The preface of this book is that architecture you witness in the classical world cannot be repeated today because it's built on sacred geometry, and it's built on the microcosm of the vault of earth, of the place where we live under the dome. But this is an interesting bit when they go into Solomon. That Solomon built the temple without the sound of tool. So he used no tools, or he used no sound tool. Some of the stuff in this is just fantastic. I'm going to link it up below for you to read. It deals with the Greeks, the Phoenicians, the Assyrians, the Egyptians, the Chaldeans, and their version of the place where we live. It's a flat earth book, basically. Sacred architecture it deals with, and explains that it's all based on the dome vaulted earth. In some regards, the Phoenicians got a different, the earthly tabernacle. In other regards, tabernacle just being a microcosm of this place. And they talk of portals, windows in a lot of these narratives as well. I've covered this book before more extensively. I'm just giving it to read because the last book's fantastic as well. Okay, so take that away. This is, if you don't know, Flat Earth British website, mind-blowing mud floods and the subjects we cover. Okay, got Sharp, there's photo drop. The book, The Holy Grail of Flat Earth, which you can order on Amazon. It's a flat earth book, but it deals with electromagnetics and the coding and reverse engineering of antiquity. You can support me on PayPal, you can support me on Patreon, and we have I'm on Facebook. I've got a busy Instagram and Facebook, and it's all on there as well to keep you all informed. So make sure you click these, I will add you. And there's our subjects: Mudflood, Tartar, the Firmament, Comets, Fasciae, Starfort, Shapes, Antiquidead, Technosmia, Airships, Maps, Gyants, World's Fairs, Science, Words, Art, Architecture, Resets, Fireplaces, Aquatech, Weather, Activities, and News, and Resources. And if you click the Resources page, it'll give you thousands of books, okay? Some of my favourites are on there. Natural healing books and all sorts, which will come in handy for Barbaria. And this is my son, Welsh Dragon Metals, if you want to learn about jewellery, alchemy, and metallurgy. He's into metal. Now, Barbaria is basically getting really, really busy. Excuse me. Everyone's joining this. You got a lot of people talking about what's happening with John Levy. Queensland's in here. We got the Campbell autodidactic on here, and everyone's basically adding interest. This is, some people are kicking up a debate in a negative context, you know, saying it's through fear, but we don't do fear. This is somebody just unloading their fears on this website. I'm just saying they have to be careful of that, because that's not what this is for. This is for productive reasoning, and for people to use their intelligence and to plan accordingly. And if they want to break away from the insanity that's coming down on us, they should. And the opportunity is here. I'll give you the link in the descriptions box. Make sure to click that and you can join. Another book I'm going to give you here is a horror book, Horrors of Vaccine, right? Petition to the President to abolish compulsory vaccine in Army and Navy. And they give you actually children in here as well, and photography of these hideous victims of vaccine. Now, if they keep on like making everyone wear a mask and feeling unhealthy and feeling ill, okay, vaccine holocaust, yeah, a funeral pile off hundreds of burning cattle, but they go into human children as well, lockjaw. If they carry on with this mask thing, then eventually people are just going to be, you know, happy, a lot of people happy to have this injection regardless of the cost of the future. I noticed with a couple of the protests around British cities that I've taken part in. One of them, it was in Glasgow, or Edinburgh, excuse me, yesterday, and some dick with a mask on barges through saying you're all a danger to public health, and he got like a sporadic round of applause from people passing by. I thought this was really, really bad sign for people's mindset, you know, that actually thinking that if you don't wear a mask, even though you know they know it's all bullshit, and you don't tone to the man, you will be some sort of health risk. This is just fucking insanity beyond belief. It's like, well, it's like the Nazi regime times 10. You should have seen it yesterday. These people turning up in these coppers, or wherever they are, these big bullies that turn up all over the world to sort out to make trouble and run psyops. So here's some images of these. They give you victims, so brace yourself, because it is not a good scenario. Some of them are completely deformed by viruses. This is all about children and vaccine. All of them have succumbed to vaccine. Sad stories all, I'm sure. None of them are good news. This is a case to put forward to the president, saying no more vaccines in the 1920s. So they do have photographs. So I don't get to them. I'm not going to hurry with them because they are pretty horrible. Anyway, move on a bit. So make sure to share this show. I'm going to come back now with images of the day and check out, because it's been a long vlog and I need to upload this for later. Anyway, read that and get or overstand the vaccines are lethal. Okay, lethal. So, images of the day. Now, the Gyants. No. Dug this up. Can't even remember where, but I got it this week and blew my mind when I found it. I thought, oh hello, what we got here? So it's some sort of procession in Valencia, and I'm wondering how he is walking, how he has his leg like this, how, what is going on? He's got big ears. It's paper mache. How is he that big? Paper mache would weigh many tons. How is he being moved? How is he standing in that posture? Why did they put him in that posture? Is he real and taking a break? I know. Splat. Now, this is a strange old procession in Valencia. They have a lot of piratage, skull and crossbones, and Jim lad going on. And a lot of demonic entities underneath here, like frogmen dressed as toreadors. There's the architecture of Florence, full Phoenician, shell, Greco-Romano, them. And just the locals milking the cow. Wouldn't that be great if we went onto the corner and cow to get some milk? So this is pretty freaky. I can't work this out, what's going on, but he looks like this guy is tied to wood, and he is a human. He's on a cardboard camel, I would say. But he looks like he's got an eagle in his face, going to bite his face off. See if we can mag up on that a bit. I'll show you what I mean. It's like, I'm going to bite your features. Got a sword. And he's got an eagle right in his face. So, he's definitely a dude, isn't he? So, weird. And a bit poo, if it's true. So, this is a weird giant, sure. So, alright then, it's the floats, the processions of the Phoenicians. We sort of get that. This is on wheels. But this isn't moving. There's loads of people looking up here. And there's some army staring at the camera. So somebody's grabbed their attention. And they're high up too. Window? Don't know. Anyway. Don't know what these steel things are around. Looks like some sort of tech. Lighting. Who knows? But they light this dude up. And he's straddling a church building. Or church machine. And look at his hands. All splayed out like, I'm here. Hey, what's going on? Why are you making me do this job? This is shit money. Yeah? Is he saying like that? He's saying this is shit money? He is, isn't he? Look, he's got a bit of a human thing going on, or giant thing going on. So I'm wondering if they're real paraded. Just stand there. Otherwise, how is he staying put? Has he got a wire going through his leg? Because he's pretty, he would fall over if they move that. So yeah, pretty fantastic. What's that? Just a thing. So wires. I want to get the wires past here. He's too high for the wires. Maybe they're asking to duck, eh? Ka-ching. And there's Valencia. It looks a beautiful city, but we recognise the architecture and the Antiquidead. And they have strange spooky ones going on. Floats with bats. And a couple of fighty Phoenicians. And there it is in its heyday. Look at this Antiquidead church. Heyday. I mean, when they actually had people. So yeah, this is a weird one for the time frame. Okay. They look a bit more modern. But what the hell? Bowls of cereal.